This is an overview for my adventure game programming project. At the time that this video was recorded, I had just finished my second year of school dealing with computer science and application development. In the course of that class, we had created a Zork clone using Java. You can see that being displayed up here. For those of you who are not familiar with Zork, it was an old text-based adventure game. Old even by my standards. But anyway, I had a great deal of fun working on the project. And I would like to continue that project. So, in the course of the class itself, the teacher gave us the UML diagrams for the first three parts of the project itself. This was part one, then part two, and this was part of part three. And each stage of the project, we had to go through and create the program based on the UML diagram. This UML basically got us up and running with the ability to initialize rooms, dungeons, commands, exits, and the game state, and move around those rooms. But that was about it. Then we expanded that to include loading dungeon material from a save file, from a pre-rendered file, and being able to save those materials mid-game. Then that got expanded to include multiple different types of commands, such as dropping an item, taking an item, checking your inventory, and so on. And then we expanded it into phase 4, which was basically come up with something new and make it. As I said, I had a lot of fun doing this and wanted to continue the project. And when I mentioned this to the teacher, he wholeheartedly encouraged me to do so. However, he did point out one concern he had, and that was the possibility of future students in his class finding the assignment and being able to just copy and paste my code as their assignments. Well, that gave me an idea. Instead of just taking the Java I already had and expanding on it, what if I redid it in another programming language? Which is what I am doing. I am rebuilding the program in Python. So phase 1 of this project, which I hope to have done by end of 2020, is to have the entire system built up to the point that I had the Java version done at the end of the class in August. So if you want to follow along, you can check out my GitHub page. I'll include a link in the description below, assuming you didn't come here from my GitHub page. And there is a brief project overview. This project is an outgrowth of a Zork clone I helped build for class. Using a CLI system similar to Zork, the system will permit a player to take on the role of a star trader, an interstellar free trader in the midst of the 30th millennium who is seeking their fortune and glory. Okay. Current status. I'm going to try and shoot for weekly updates, at least as far as the coding goes, and then I will do a monthly current project status, probably in a video format like this. And you also have access to quick information access below. Because this project is a attempt to expand my skill set and reinforce existing skills, I am approaching this as a long-term design project. And what I mean by that is, like, if you go under general description and it talks about what all of it can do, and there's a link to the character notes. none of this will actually be in the game by the end of the year. Okay. By the end of the year, I just want to have the basic system of moving, loading, saving, loading a saved file, picking up, dropping items, opening and closing closable exits, and communicating with NPCs down. None of the rest of this will be there by that point. Well, I'm not planning on being there by that point. But what I am doing is treating all of this information as design work. You know, the command line interface, how I want to set up the interface system, how I want it to look, you know, such, all that. You know, notes about character design, notes about what kind of missions a player can undertake, notes about how the screen will be laid out. So it'll give you an idea of where I want to go with it. So, you know, thanks for checking out my project, and I believe the expression is, go fork me on GitHub.